Think you can't use your craft skills while you're wrapping presents? Well, think again. Hi, my name is Leslie and welcome to Happy Tuesday, where we do crafts and DIYs and home decor and more. Today I have for you 10 genius hacks using recycled and repurposed materials to wrap your gifts and decorate them, saving money, the planet, and wowing your friends all at the same time. Now don't forget to stick around until the very end and I'll have a hint on one of next week's projects. So let's start turning trash into treasure.
I'm so excited to show you this quick sneak peek of all the gift wrapping ideas we're going to have today. And these are some of the supplies that we're going to be using. So let's get ready to start with project number 1. Here is the cutest little gift box bag that you're ever going to find. And it started out with a little box from the Dollar Tree that contained some stain remover wipes. And just as a side note, they work really well. So what we're going to do is take the heat gun and essentially melt the glue that's holding this box together. And we are going to be turning this box inside out. That way, when we paint it, we are painting a flat matte surface instead of that shiny glossy surface. Now I will have to paint a little bit of that shiny glossy surface, but it takes much more paint to do it, and one little scratch and it's all gone. So we are going to be fixing this box so that we can put the inside on the outside. First, we're going to just take some gingerbread colored chalk paint and we are going to give it 2 good coats on the white side, and then we are going to give it 3 good coats on the inside, just so that what's visible when we make our little gingerbread house will be painted the right color. And then we're going to take some hot glue gun and glue the box back together again, and honestly, it's just as simple as that. Last thing that we are going to do to prepare the box is we are going to glue the seams and then take our scissors and cut little triangles on the side flaps. Then when we put the top together, those side flaps will look like they fit inside as part of the roof. I took my handy dandy little hole punch there and punched some holes in the top so that we can use some twine and tie this box together. Now it's just a matter of decorating it any kind of way that you wish. I'm going to decorate mine with a little bit of red paint marker for the door, and then we are going to use some green paint markers and make little trees on the sides. And then we will go back in with white paint markers and make little designs on our little gingerbread house box and make the roof lines on our little gingerbread house box. And I think this turned out so adorable, and no one would ever know that it started out as a stain remover white box. The cool thing about making it into a gingerbread house is you can kind of design this any way that you want. There is no wrong or right design to it. And so I really enjoyed just the creativity of turning this into something else. Next thing I'm going to do after I get that roof done is grab a thicker paint marker, and I am going to make some little windows here. And then I'll go back and forth with the thick paint marker and the thin paint marker, making little designs around my windows, and I will add in a few little snowflakes on the side of this little house. Or you could get really creative and make it into maybe a Santa's house or a toy store or anything that represents Christmas to you. Now on my little gingerbread house box, I chose to decorate 3 sides, but you can decorate as many or as few sides as you wish. Just depends on what look you're going for. Now I also thought that, this could be turned into maybe a little cottage. Once you have it complete, just throw your little present inside and grab some twine. And we are going to run that twine through the holes and then tie it off. And this present is complete. What do you guys think? By the way, have any of y'all seen those little emotional support animals? I think they are just the cutest, and I am giving them out to a lot of people this year. Shh, don't tell them. And that will bring us to gift number 2. This one is so easy. So I had this pair of earrings, and I didn't have a tiny little jewelry box and wasn't quite sure how to wrap them. So I just pushed them inside that little toilet paper roll, grabbed a piece of tissue paper and cut it in half, rolled it up, and secured the ends with some twine, making it look like a little candy. Now, tissue paper is one of those items that you can purchase very cheaply, and there's lots that you can do to wrap with tissue paper, making it a very inexpensive gift wrap. So once I've got that all done, here we are. Easy peasy. What do you guys think?
I just wanted to pop in here real quick and tell you how much I appreciate you, whether this is your first visit or you're a regular subscriber, and y'all know who you are. I am so grateful that you choose to spend time crafting with me. Now, if this is your first time here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Give today's video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Now, let's get back to crafting.
And that brings us to gift number 3. This gift wrap started as an Old Navy bag from when I purchased some items at Old Navy, and they sent me home with this bag, and I thought, you know, I do use these bags a lot for a lot of different things, but gift wrap was, I thought, the perfect way to utilize this. So I just cut the sides off and cut the bottom off, and then I am going to take this box that I got in the mail and use my handy dandy heat gun and take the tags off, and then with the Old Navy gift bag, we'll just put the Old Navy part on the inside. And this is a really very sturdy wrapping. Once we've got that done, it needs to be decorated. So we are going to take some scrap paper. This brown paper is actually some of that scrap paper they stick inside your Amazon packages. And I just cut a little tiny piece to make our tree trunk. And then we are going to take scrap wrapping paper and double sticky tape, and we are going to make a little Christmas tree. You always wondered what to do with those little scraps that didn't seem to fit on anything, but you didn't want to throw them away. Well, here's a good use. Once you've got enough rolled up to make your tree, then you will take a ribbon or maybe a piece of pipe cleaner like I'm doing and make a little bow for a tree topper. Then I'm just going to use some double-sided tape and secure my little rolls down, trimming them off to make my little tree shape. And once I've gotten that all done, I will secure that bow onto the top, and that's all there is. But I think it looks spectacular, and it is really quick and easy, but looks like $1,000,000. And it's not the normal, everyday Christmas present topper that you're going to see. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you have another use that you could share for some leftover wrapping pieces? Let me know that in the comments below too. I'd love to hear your ideas. You guys always come up with the most creative ideas, and I love to hear from you. And here it is, all complete, sitting up underneath the tree. Isn't that just so special? And that brings us to gift number 4. This is another one that we use some alternative wrap. So, you know, this is a recycled box that I got something in the mail. And then, you know, when you get those items from Hobby Lobby that they need to wrap, I save all that paper. I'm sure you guys do too. And I thought it would make the perfect wrapping paper. Kind of like the paper that they put inside the Amazon packages. That would also make great wrapping paper. So we're just going to wrap this little box up real quick, and once we get that done, we are going to be making a very special bow. If you saw my video that I did a few weeks back of outdoor decorations, I made a bow out of duct tape, and we are going to use that same technique, only we're just going to use some little craft ribbon. And I believe I bought this on clearance at Walmart last year. Not certain, but you can use any ribbon that you want. Now this is non-wired ribbon, and you're going to make 3 pieces that are 4.5 inches long, 3 pieces 5.5 inches long, 3 pieces 6.5 inches long, and 1 piece that is 2.5 inches. And to make our little pieces, we're going to take our ribbon, fold it in half, put a little glue dab there in the middle, and then twist over the piece, making that little loop at the end. And then on the other side, you're going to twist it in the other direction, essentially making like a figure 8. And we're going to do that for all 9 of these pieces. Now, once we get all 9 of them done, we are going to layer this out. And the center piece, the 2.5 inches, you're going to kind of make into a little roll. So we are just going to continue folding and wrapping these little pieces to make this bow. And I love this bow. Now I know you can buy these bows really cheaply in a bag, but I don't know about you. Mine always come smushed, and they're really cheaply made nowadays, and the sticky back that's supposed to stick doesn't really stick, and then the bow comes apart. And I just thought that this present needed a little bit of extra something, since the paper was just recycled filler wrap from Hobby Lobby. Also, I think that a little special extra touch on a gift just makes it feel that much more loved, maybe is the word. Makes that person feel special that you took a little bit of time out of your day to create something special just for them. So here we are finishing that last 2.5 inch little piece, and then we're just going to glue all the pieces together, starting from the largest 3 and moving our way to the smallest 3, and just adding a dab of hot glue in between, and then finally finishing it off with the little bubble in the middle. Then I took a little bit more of this ribbon, and I created a ribbon crossways, lengthways, and a crossways through the middle to kind of give that final little wrapped piece. I tried to just twist it over in the back, but the package didn't sit flat when I did that, so I decided to cut it and glue it, and then we'll just add our bow onto the center. And I love, love, love this. And this was ribbon that has been sitting in my craft stash, and I wasn't quite sure what to do with it, and I think this turned out perfectly. So these ideas are things that you want to just use what you have hanging around and not purchase anything new. And that brings us to gift number 5. There's another one of those emotional support animals. This is a lemon, not an animal. So I just grabbed some 12 by 12 Christmas paper that I had in my craft supplies, and we are going to fold it diagonally from corner to corner, and then flip it over and fold it diagonally from corner to corner on the other side. Then you're going to flip it over and fold it the lengthways end to end. Well, I guess it's square, so it's all going to be the same, but you're going to fold it end to end one direction, and then flip it over and fold it end to end the other direction. And once we've gotten that done, then we are going to pop it over and you can see I folded it kind of into this triangle. Then we are going to pop up a little triangle from the bottom. Now it doesn't really matter how big that triangle is. You just want to, it'll work out whether you do it, about an inch or so like I did, or if you do it a little bit more. And oops, I folded all the pieces together. So you're only going to fold in one side and then the other side, and then you're going to flip it up and have a little piece sticking up at the top there. Then you're going to flip it over, flip that triangle over, and you're going to do the same thing here. So even if your little piece at the bottom, your little triangle at the bottom is bigger or smaller, it will still work out. Then we're going to fold over that little triangle piece at the top and flip this side over and then up. Once you've gotten that done, we're going to grab a pair of scissors, and those little tiny pieces on the inside, we are going to cut those off because we're not going to need those little pieces. So we'll just cut it off so that it helps the box to remain flat and together. Now I cut a little, I believe it was about 2 by 2 piece that we're going to go in on the center. And real quick, I'm going to fold these little top pieces over, and you'll see why in a minute. But we're going to go ahead and push our bottom down and then secure our box back together. I did take some more cardstock and just made that little piece that goes down in the bottom to hold the bottom out flat. And then in goes the emotional support lemon. We're going to fold this over, and those little triangle pieces help to secure it on either side. So you just pop them in just like that. Then I grabbed some washi tape that I have in my craft supplies from the Dollar Tree, and we are just going to use that washi tape to secure the top and fold it over the ends. And that's all there is to this little gift bag box. I think it turned out super cute, and I'm really excited that I learned this new technique to show you guys. I don't know about you guys, but I have a ton of cardstock, and so I can see that this technique is going to be useful in other seasons and holidays for making little gift bag box things. What do you guys think? Have you ever done something like this before? Let me know in the comments below. And here it is underneath my tree. Isn't that just super cute? And it's sturdy, and it was just the perfect size for that little emotional support lemon. And that brings us to gift number 6. I used some more of that Hobby Lobby paper and wrapped up this present. Then I grabbed some clearance ribbon that I had in my craft supplies. I used to buy a lot of ribbon because I made a lot of wreaths, and I don't make as many wreaths anymore, so now I have all these ribbon and not sure what to do with it. And then I grabbed some scrap pieces of different florals that I had sitting in my craft supplies, and we're just going to use a few of those to create a little decorative piece here on our package. And that's all there is to this. So I'm going to use the little wire that came in that little pine cone and grab a little bit of ribbon to hold all this together and glue it into place, and we are done. But I think it just adds a little special touch, something a little bit more than a store-bought bow. And I don't know about you, but I have a lot of florals hanging around, and so I thought this was the perfect way to use them and make the gift seem extra special. And that now brings us to gift number 7. I love this one so much. So I know you're shocked, grabbed some twigs from outside and picked one that was about the right size for this box, snipped it off with my little snips from Harbor Freight, and then grabbed some of the scrap fabric that I had left over from several projects I did this season. And I'm just going to rip a few of these pieces, 3 or 4 on each of these different fabrics, and then we are going to make a little fabric Christmas tree ornament. That way, this topper can actually be used in a second way for the gift recipient. Once I've got all the pieces that I need, then I decided on what order I was going to put them on, and it's just as simple as just tying them on one at a time, pushing them down so that they're together on that little twig, and trimming off any excess little frayed edges that you need to. Most of them didn't require too much trimming as far as all the frayed pieces, except for the white tea towel that I had from Dollar Tree. I've used that tea towel on so many things. It was well worth the $1.25 I paid for it. So I am just going to continue tying it on. Now I didn't knot these. I just tied them a single tie. And because it's tight and it's on this twig, they're not going anywhere. After I got all the pieces tied on, then I went ahead and grabbed some ribbon. Now I bought this ribbon again on clearance. I pretty much buy all my ribbon on clearance. I rarely will pay full price for ribbon. I'm grabbing a little bit of this green and I tied it in a knot and then tied a knot at the top and trimmed that off, and that will be the ornament hanger when it's done. Then I grabbed another piece, a little white piece, and I made that into a shoestring bow, and I am going to use that as my tree topper. Once I've gotten all my pieces laid out, I'm just going to trim them in a diagonal fashion to make that tree shape, making sure that both sides are approximately the same evenness. I think one side actually did turn out to be a little less full than the other side, and I'm sure I could have measured it and made it better, but you know, the imperfect is what kind of makes it perfect, right? Once I've gotten that done, you can either put a couple of dabs of hot glue on that or use some double stick tape and stick that on and add our little ribbon to the top, and that's all there is to this. I think this is such a special little tree, and I love this gift. I think it turned out just super cute. What do you guys think? And that brings us to gift number 8. I found this box in my stack of boxes that I have been keeping, getting ready for Christmas, to make sure I had plenty of boxes to wrap presents in. And it was actually this white noise machine. And I forgot to hit record, and so you didn't get to see that I took the box apart and folded it inside out. I cut that top off and then cut the little flaps off the top. Then I'm going to grab this ribbon, and I put the ribbon on the outside and glued the ribbon down, and then that flap from the box, I glued it down. I cut a little hole through the top, and then glued my ribbon down and pulled it through that hole. Then I'm going to cut another hole on the side, and we are going to put some ribbon on the inside of the box and glue it down, and then bring it through this hole, and then we will be able to tie the two pieces together. You can do this technique with almost any square box. You just have to, cut it so that you've got a flap to be able to glue it to. And your flap could be the whole box length like I did, or you could make 2 flaps, and so they meet in the middle instead of at the edge. Then I just pulled it taut, and I made a little shoestring bow out of it. I trimmed my edges of my ribbon and also dovetailed the edges so that it made it a finished look. And once I got that part done, I thought, you know what? It needs just a little bit extra something. And I didn't want to draw on the box or paint on the box. And so I grabbed a little bit more of that ribbon, and we are going to go from the hole we have on the top around the box to the hole we have on that side, and we're going to glue that down, and that became the perfect finish to this present. And I actually am wrapping one of my granddaughter's gifts inside this box. So I think it turned out spectacular. And the cool thing about it is, she could use it as a box for something else that, just needs a quick little tie. Isn't that so adorable? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Here it is up underneath my tree. I love this so much, and I just think it is just a simple look that makes that present seem so fabulous. And that brings us to gift number 9. We're going to grab a couple more pieces of tissue, and I have this bottle that I need to wrap. So we're going to fold it up about 1/3 of the way on the front side, and we are going to do a really cool kind of fold decoration on this tissue paper. So fold it up so that we're, I guess, probably 2/3 of the way up, and then you're going to just pull it together so that it comes to the middle, and then it's kind of like a pleat. So we're going to pleat each side, bringing it to the middle until we get the whole piece pulled up taut next to that bottle. So you can see I made like 6 little pleats there, and we're going to finish our pleats on the other side, and that brings everything at the top. Then I had this piece of twine that actually was, I want to say it was like a hanger thing. It had these circle deals on it that I bought from Hobby Lobby, and I pulled the circle things off and used them in other projects, but I had this twine with the beads on it, and I thought that will make the perfect tie to go around this bottle gift here. And so I just made sure that the beads were even on both sides and pulled it nice and tight and gave it a nice knot there. Then I pulled this tassel off, and actually I untied it and set it aside. I'm sure I'll use that for something else later. Then I gave a nice knot onto the other end to make that even with the 2 sides. Then I just grabbed some more of those florals, made a little embellishment on the front, and that's all there is to this gift. But I think this is probably one of my favorites. I love the gingerbread box, and I think that turned out super cool. But I just love how this came together, and it's so festive and just me, woodsy, and you've got your little natural look going on there, and I love the way this turned out. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And here it is sitting up underneath my Christmas tree, and I love how this particular present goes with all my rustic decor. And speaking of rustic, that brings us to gift number 10. Oh, maybe this one's my favorite. So I save these brown paper bags whenever I get them, and I love to use them for all kinds of things, but I thought this would be the perfect complement to my rustic twig tree that I'm going to use to decorate this particular gift with. So I just, again, just like that Old Navy bag in the beginning, I cut the bottom off and just wrapped up my present. I love wrapping presents. I don't know what it is. There's just something so satisfying about pieces coming together and about just making a cool little and I don't know. I don't know what it is. When I was growing up, my mom always had me wrapping all the presents. And if they were mine, then she would put the first piece of tape on it, and then I would have to finish wrapping the rest of it. Of course, not trying to peek to see what I got, but anyhow. So I've got a great love. It's very relaxing to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who likes wrapping presents, and who would prefer to just shove everything in a gift bag? Let me know in the comments below. So I'm just going to take my handy dandy little snips there from Harbor Freight, and I'm going to take my twigs, and I am just going to cut pieces for the little tree I was going to call it a tree stem for the tree trunk and for all the little branches until I get exactly how many I want. Set that aside. And I have this wooden star left over from all the stars I've used this holiday season. And I am just going to hot glue my little twig onto my present here, my little twig tree. And I thought, and this is a gift for one of my daughters, and I thought, if she wanted to keep it, she could just be careful how she unwrapped it and maybe just, cut a piece of that paper sack out and stick it in a frame or something. I don't know. We'll see what she decides to do with it, but I love it anyway, and I just think it's just super simple, but so crafty, right? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite today. We are going to do a quick reveal or a final look of all of our projects for today. Let me know below what was your favorite and which gift wrapping techniques you might be using this holiday season. I'd also love to hear from you guys what kinds of recycled items you use to wrap presents. Let me know below.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really did enjoy our time together. Now, since you stuck around until the very end, here's your hint on one of next week's projects. We are going to need some toilet paper and paper towel rolls. But until then, make it a great day and Happy Tuesday!